Hello everyone, it's Anna from BookSawyer and welcome to my February TBR. So in the month of February, I have some really ambitious reading goals. I have been in a reading slump, but I'm finally getting out of it. So I'm like, Anna, you're gonna read all of the books. So the main things that I want to do this month are I want to finish up all of the books that I started and didn't finish, kind of not like DNF, but started and not finished from my huge reading slump. I also want to do a secret TBR video. It's just one book for it, but I'm not going to be talking about that one today because I'm not going to let you guys know that. And also I'm going to be doing a reading vlog, like just kind of a weekend focused on reading, but that's just kind of going to be any of these books. So if there's any specific book that you want me to wait for, let me know. Without further ado, let's just get into the books. The first book that I'm going to be reading in the month of February is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. I'm sorry if I said her last name wrong. This follows the story of a teen mom, and I love stories about teen mom and teen pregnancies or young moms. I don't know why, but I just really like reading about them, and so I really think that I am going to like this book. This follows a girl named Amani who gave birth when she was a freshman in high school, and now she's like a senior, and she's taking a cooking class in her school because she dreams of being a professional chef, and she wants to go on this trip to Spain, but she doesn't really have enough money or the means to go because she's a teen mom. And so it's kind of about her balancing the idea that she wants a career in the future but having to take care of a little baby. It's a very good story from what I've heard, and I really am enjoying it thus far, so I really do want to continue. The next book I'm going to be reading, which is one of my favorites considering it's the month of February, I'm going to talk about these two together because this month is the anniversary of Katherine Howard's execution, who was one of the wives of Henry VIII. So I'm reading two books about her this month. The first book is Young and Damned and Fair by Gareth Russell. So this is a traditional biography about her, about Gareth Russell. I'm about a little less than a third of the way through. I really love this historical figure, probably my favorite historical figure to learn about, and I really do like this this book so far. It's a very good take on her from what I've gotten so far, and it is a very exciting story. The other book is on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm either going to have the title or a picture somewhere, and it's called Shadow Persephone by G. Lawrence. So this book is about Katherine Howard, but it's from her perspective and first-person point of view, which I think makes all the heartbreaking scenes even more heartbreaking. It is the first in a duology about her, so I'm very excited to read it. Just so you know, with anything about Katherine Howard, I need to give a trigger warning for childhood as well as in general sexual abuse, and also death, because I know that's a huge trigger for some people. So yeah, but I really think that if you're not triggered by it and you can't, I would really recommend picking something up about her this month. So the next book I want to read is Still Me by Jojo Moyes, which this is the third book in the Me Before You trilogy, which I cannot believe I've taken this long to get. This was my most anticipated release of 2018 or 2017 or whatever it came out, and I still haven't read it. I'm barely any way through it. I'm gonna have to restart because I don't even remember. So yeah, Me Before You and After You, the sequel to Me Before You, were both 5-star reads, and so I am very excited to read this, and I don't know why I haven't picked it up, but yeah. So the original story follows Louisa Clark as she's taking care of a disabled man. I know this has a lot of controversy surrounding it, and so everyone is entitled to their own opinion about it. I cannot speak on the representation in the novel. I can just speak on the enjoyment of it and the romance in it, and that's kind of what made me like it. But if you feel otherwise, I would totally love to hear your response in the comments. I do think that given circumstances, the second and third books in this novel are much more much less controversial, but I do enjoy it, but I would love to hear anyone's comments who disagree. The next book that I want to talk about, you all can kill me for not reading it, and it's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I'm sorry, I love this book and I'm almost done with it, so I don't know if I have to restart it or not. I might have to restart it, which is bad because I made so much progress, but it's not going to take me very long. But yeah, I have not read this yet. Let that sink in. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna finish it, I promise. So now I want to mention another Kindle Unlimited title. I got Kindle Unlimited for Christmas, so I do want to read a couple titles from it. I know I'm probably going to pick one more out, but the one that I know I'm going to read is Regretting You by Colleen Hoover, which I don't think it's a romance, although I know she writes a lot of romance. It's kind of feels like just a contemporary novel. It's about a mother and daughter, like a young mom, but like now her daughter's grown up, so she's not like young anymore. And they don't really get along super well, but after the father gets into like an accident, it kind of, I think it's supposed to drive them together. That's all I know, but I think it's going to be a really nice story. I've never read something like that, although I know there's probably a lot of stories out there like that, but I'm really excited and I can't wait to give you my thoughts on it. So every month I want to read like at least one middle grade book, and so what I'm going to try to read is Kaya, The Journey Begins by Janet Shaw. This is like one of those little American Girl books, and so I thought it would be really fun to read this. This is about a Native American girl kind of dealing with a lot of because this is from 1764, so this is not when it was written, but like when it takes place. So she's dealing with a lot of the cultural expectations and kind of the responsibilities of her age, and I don't really know very much about it other than this, but I am just really excited to be reading it because I haven't read a story following a Native American protagonist before, and so I am really excited, and I'm excited to see if it's a good book to recommend to middle grade readers. Next in the pile was my secret TBR book, which I'm not showing you guys, but it's red. At least my copy is red. That's your hint, it's red. So the second to last book that I want to talk about is The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. All I know is that this is about fairies, and I don't read a ton about fairies. The only thing I've read about fairies is her Folk of the Air trilogy, which I've read the first 2 books of, and I'm going to pick up the 3rd book soon. But before, I can't find a copy of it when I went to Barnes & Noble, so I picked up this and I'm like, this will tide me over. So I'm using this to tide me over until I can read The Queen of Nothing. But yeah, it takes place kind of in her same fairy universe. I don't know if it's the exact same universe, but it's Holly Black with fairies, and like I'm reading it because I didn't love The Cruel Prince, but I loved The Wicked King, so I'm reading it. Yeah, sorry. And then the final book I want to talk about is, I'm totally gonna pronounce her last name wrong, so I'm not gonna say her name, I'm sorry. It's All the Bright Places. And I think that this is just a wonderful book that I've heard about. I do believe that it deals with I'm not exactly sure, but I know that there are some trigger warnings, so I will leave a link to the Goodreads page for it down below so that you can go through with it. I just don't know based off the synopsis what exactly it is. But this book is a love story between Violet and Finch. It's going to become a Netflix movie soon, and so that's why I want to read it right now, but I am very excited to read this. I love reading contemporary novels, and so I am just really excited. These plus 2 books on Kindle Unlimited are my TBR because the other Katherine Howard book is that. But yeah, I have all these books plus All the Bright Places, which just fell. So if that's not a hint at what my booktube channel's like, well, I guess I don't know what it is. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this TBR. I would love to know what you all are planning on reading in February, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.